Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9, and today we're gonna be focusing on the Korean Food Festival, but not the special event that you see over here. Well, this is a very interesting special event because it's got a bunch of cars, you can get epics, you can get the key for the 4GT Mark II, you can get a bunch of things from this festival. I'm not gonna focus on that right now. Instead, what I want to do is actually play the multiplayer series with the cars that are featured. And that is going to be the Shelby GT350, we got the 4GT Mark II, the Renault R.S, the Stingray, we got the Grand Sport, the Puritalia Berlinetta, and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So I'm going to start in the order in which they're ordered, basically by rank, and see what we can do, because I'm going to fight some really tough opponents over here. And when I say tough opponents, I mostly mean that they're gonna bring the better cars while I'm starting to drive with the worst one. If you enjoy my content, by the way, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because remember that I post literally daily, so there's always something to watch. So, alright, let's start this off. So I'm starting with a Class D car against a bunch of C and even Class B, high Class B. So I don't imagine this is gonna go amazing for me, but it is a slipstream. That's interesting. Okay, that's peculiar, just in the sense that, you know, if it wasn't Slipstream, I could see how the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the Berlinetta, would have such a crazy, what you call it, advantage. Now, granted, they still have an advantage because they're really, really good cars, right? But, you know, by this being Slipstream, it makes it so that they're, at least for the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, one of its biggest strengths, which is nitro, it's kind of invalidated over here. Because then everybody can have semi-unlimited nitro so long as you're following a slipstream, which I just lost, and now I don't have a slipstream. Let's go, DBT! You're talking about one thing and completely fail it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to get a very bad result, or middling result, I suppose, with this car, because it's Class D, right? Now, the balance of the game is very peculiar in general on how it works with the speed of the cars, and this and that, whatnot. But the reality is that it's still a mid-Class D car, versus a bunch of Class C and Class B, especially the Agile Class B. Yeah, I mean, this car's not gonna be able to do very much. And then it's worse if I crash onto walls and lose all of my speed and lose my 4th place. Come on, keep it. No, 5th place. Well done, DBT, well done. I mean, 5th place, all right, what did I beat? Corvette Stingray, that's C, there's that same car I was driving, and a 4GT Mark II. All right, you know what? To be fair, the 4GT Mark II might be Class B, but it's a bad Class B. We'll get to it, don't worry. In fact, I think that's the very next car that we're gonna drive. Nice. Yes, indeed. Our very first car to drive is the 4GT Mark II. It might be Class B, but it does have a bit of a problem where it's very slow. For a while, maybe it still is the slowest Class B car, period. Now, it's great with the acceleration, the handling, it's pretty good. Nitro's pretty decent, but that speed, especially over here, I don't know. Though, to be fair, this being slowest Class B, I think it may still be faster than the car I was just driving. I'm not sure, but anyway. Can anybody please explain to me why these cars are featured in the Korean Food Festival thingy? I mean, not that I'm complaining, not at all. I'm just curious if these cars have any sort of significance as to why they were chosen. Because sometimes, you know, Gameloft does do this, right? When they were like, oh, for example, there was I think it was the Chinese New Year or something. I don't remember exactly why, but it was something about Chinese something. And all of the cars that were features are cars that by default their color is red. So it's like, oh, that makes sense because of the Chinese flag. I get it. But like over here, I don't see what is the criteria to choose this car. For example, in the Animals Days, they bring cars that have animal names or somewhat animal related stuff, like the Lycan, you know, wolf, like the spider, like the Huracan Evo spider, it's a spider, you know, things like that. The Porsche 918 spider, you know, whatever, you get the idea. But I don't understand what is the what you call it, the relation of Korean food with this car. Maybe there's just none and they just pick some random cars or whatever, which is fine. I'm not saying that everything needs to be super deep in meaning, but I'm so curious. I don't know about that. Look, 3rd place, not too bad. I'm telling you, that car might be slow, but it's still some fun to drive. Grand Sport and Berlinetta beat me, but I did beat, what? 3 GT3 RS, Shelby, and a Stingray. I'm surprised about the GT3 RSs. Those cars are even faster than the Corvette, but hey, it's fine. All right, next up we have a Class C car. We're going from Class B to Class C. Remember, these are ordered by rank, so 2500, 3200, 3500. So yeah, this is the next one, Class C Renault Sport RS01, and I really want this car, but I don't have it. Now, you can technically unlock this car, and by the way, just having a look at the stats, 320, which is actually faster than the car I was just driving. Acceleration is pretty good, not as good as that one. Handling is not as good, but the nitro is pretty good. All right, let's jump into the race. So, I really want this car. I love this car. I don't know what it is about it. Well, it's a race car, so I love the look of race cars in general. And I want this car, but there was some rumors some time ago that this car was gonna be added to the showroom, but it never was added, which makes me sad because honestly, it's not even a great car, to be completely honest. In Class C, it's not a great car by any means, so it's not like, oh my god, it's one of the kings, not even close. But it doesn't, oh Jesus, it doesn't matter to me. I don't want it because it's a king or anything. I want it because I want it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I wish I could get this car, and in fact, you can unlock this car. Oh, should I go up or down? I'm gonna go down. You can unlock this car in the special event for the Korean Food Festival, but in order to unlock it, you need to have it all the way start up to what, 5 stars? It's a 5-star car, isn't it? So yes, for that you need to. Oh god, I messed up. I messed up. You know what? I need a redo. I need a redo. I refuse to get the results. Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. This is fine. This is the first time that I'm bringing this car. But seriously, you need to have this car basically at max stars in order to get the key in the special event, which is nice because if for some reason you decided to spend a bunch of tokens on this car before, but you were not able to get the key, I don't know, maybe it was on Grand Prix or whenever this car was available, I don't even know. And you have it at max stars, but you were never able to get the key. Well, now you can get it. Or if you really want this car and you're willing to spend a bunch of tokens into max starring it up, right now for the sake of the special event, I was trying to figure out what version of the track this was. That's why I'm like, nah, you can do that as well. I'm not gonna do it. In fact, I have no tokens for reasons that I will explain at some of the point. But yeah, I wish I could get this car. Unfortunately, I don't have it. I can't get it, so I gotta enjoy it while I can't even finish just driving it over here. But all things considered, you know, race car in a racetrack like Oakland, I love it. Now, let's remember, it is a very mid-class C car. I mean, I guess it's mid-high, but it's still not an amazing performer or anything. But hey, third place, what beat me and what did I beat? 2911 GT3 RS beat me, but I did beat another one. There's actually 3 Stingray. No, a Grand Sport and 2 Stingrays. It's surprising to me to have beaten these 2, though these 2, it seems relatively understandable that I could beat them, you know, just out of relatively similar performance, kind of. And speaking of the car, might as well check it out, right? The Corvette Stingray. So what I was saying about that relative performance is both are Class C, both are in similar rank-ish rank. But let's see what this car is about. So top speed, it's okay for Class C, nothing outstanding by any means, but it's not bad speed. Acceleration is on the goodish side, you know, again, nothing amazing. Handling, it's eh, and nitro, it's eh. Actually, when we compare these two cars, they're similar though. This one has better acceleration and better nitro. So the only thing this car has over it, it's somewhat better speed by 7 kilometers. And does that really make a difference of like, what is that? 200 points? Damn. I don't know how to feel about this. Unless this car somehow in another way performs amazing. Who knows? Now, I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't believe that this is a great car for twisted tracks, and we're in a very twisted track. So, I don't know, we'll see. And this car, I do believe that it did become free-to-play at some point, right? I don't think it has had a car hunt or something like that, but I do remember we were able to unlock this car through that. What was it? Was it Black Panther versus Nick AR-12? Oh no! Come on! Oh Jesus Christ! That's fine. That's fine. Honestly, that was my mistake. I just went tunnel vision with wanting to go on the right side when it was obvious that it was going to be extremely difficult to make that turn. I should have just gone for the left. But oh well. Yeah, I think that's when we were able to unlock this car for free. But I really don't think that there has been like a car hunt or something to get it, which is kind of interesting to me because, you know, I don't believe that this is a straight up amazing car by any means to be like, yeah, no, we shall never get this car for free. Similar situation to the Renault Sport RS01. Now, the Renault is a key car. This is not. This was a Legend Pass car, I believe, at some point. And to my knowledge, I could be wrong, right? I could be very wrong about this, but to my knowledge, yeah, this car has not had a way to just acquire it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. I really don't know. And I kind of... Ooh, wait a second. God damn it. I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm sorry. I have to... That just seems unfair for this car. I messed up twice in this race. I need to give it a proper shot. Okay, now we're in Auckland. Maybe I'll do something decent. I was just thinking, maybe... this car doesn't seem to be about top speed. And it didn't feel too bad in Osaka, so maybe it is a bit agile in general. Like I said, I really don't have experience with this car. I do own it on the Switch version, but I've never driven it. Wait a second. Hold up. Am I making stuff up? For some reason, I think I do have this car at high stars. I just never upgraded it. Maybe I'm making stuff up. Maybe it has become indeed available through a car hunt or something like that, because I'm beginning to think that I actually do have it. I was about to say, I do have it on the Switch, but I never drove it. And over there, I think I got it through a Legend Pass or whatever. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think that I also have it at high stars over here. Just never upgraded it, and that's why I've never driven it. Alright, I'm really curious about that. I will check it after this race, because I'm very, very confused about that. Listen, that's why I don't talk in absolutes over here, alright? I'm like, I believe, I think I could be wrong, because as it shows right now, I'm never very sure of what I'm talking about. I just talk, alright? That's what I do. Third place, not too terrible, and I was keeping a pretty decent distance to with my enemies, so there's that. 2 Puritalia Berlinettas, high-ish Class B, so I did beat the Grand Sport surprisingly, which I think they should have been able to defeat me, but oh well. Oh, yes, thank you. I have to give it to Game Love. This type of multipliers have made me appreciate multiplayer a bit more in order to grind for credits. Just saying, now with better credit payouts, even if it's with an ad. I know that you can get much more than this, by the way. You can get, what, like 160 or something, right? But it really has made me play more multiplayer and enjoy it a bit more for the sake of hunting for those multipliers. Oh, jeez, what happened with my music? Would you look at that? I do have the Corvette Stingray at full stars. I just haven't upgraded it, so... yeah, never mind all that I said that it hasn't been made available. It has. Anyway, moving on. So now we've tested that car. Let's move to the other Corvette, the Grand Sport. Now, do I really need to test it? We have seen this car. You've seen this car. You've driven this car. But I guess we'll test it for the sake of seeing it compete against the Berlinetta and the GT3 RS, which is actually its natural competition, because all of those cars are Class Bs and they're, you know, kind of the same. But anyway, 331, a little bit slow for Class B. Not a problem, because it has kind of bad acceleration, but the handling is insane and the nitro is also insane. This car, you know this car, I don't need to explain it. Trying to explain this car to an Asphalt 9 player that plays multiplayer is like trying to explain what water is to a fish. You know what I mean? You see it every day. It's always there. So yeah, I don't think I really need to go too deep into it. But hey, for the sake of completion of me talking about the car, man, this thing is just ridiculous. It's so strong. Yeah, the acceleration is not amazing, but hey, it had to have a bad point, alright? The speed is also not amazing, but man, with this level of handling and the nitro that this thing has, it's so incredibly good. It's super friendly for touch drive players. There you go. I eventually got that. It's super friendly for that. With this insane handling, with insane nitro, man, such a good car for that. But not only for that, even if you play manual, this thing is just so much fun precisely because this nitro lasts forever. It's so easy to drift around corners with this thing and just do other corners without losing too much speed thanks to the insane handling. This car is so much fun, and that is why it's super spam. So yeah, what else can I say? It's like the Huracan. The Huracan doesn't feel as good driving it in the sense of doesn't have as good handling as this. But you know, that's another hyper spammed car, so there's that. Look at that drift. I'm not a great player, by the way. If you somehow are new to my content, I'm not a fantastic player in any way, shape, or form. But look at this car even makes me look good. That's how good this car is. Jesus Christ. Anyway, there you go. Defeated everything because reasons. 911 GT3 RS, Corvette, 911, Corvette. There you go. So it was only GT3 RSs and Grand Sports. Let's go. Next up is a car that I'm really curious about, the Puritalia Berlinetta. I do believe that I was able to get this car to max stars through a car hunt that happened not too long ago, but it's another car that I haven't upgraded. That's always the problem with my cars, by the way. I get them, never upgrade them. But anyway, this is much faster than something like the Corvette. It's even faster than the Huracan. It has pretty good acceleration, really good handling, but the nitro isn't as good as those top nitro cars. But this actually reminds me a lot of the Aston Martin, what's it called? Aston Martin something Superleggera. You know what I'm talking about, the one in Class B. It reminds me a lot of that car, where it's pretty quick for a Class B. I mean, not insanely quick, obviously, but pretty quick for a car that has good overall stats. So yes. Again, and it doesn't have the insane nitro that something like the Huracan has, like the 911 GT3 RS has, like the Corvette Grand Sport has. It doesn't have that level of nitro, but it makes up for it for having considerably higher top speed. So there's that to consider. Also pretty good acceleration. I mean, not as good as the Huracan, for sure. Not as good as the... Well, honestly, I don't even know what is the 911 GT3 acceleration. I know it's good, I just don't know how good, but oh well. Like over here, look at this. I think from all of the cars in this multiplayer, this is the fastest. Just in terms of top speed. So yeah, over time, I am able to catch up to them simply because, well, I'm faster. Now, if they have better acceleration in jumps, they will be able to overtake me for a bit. But if I get enough space to build up the speed, then it's not a problem because I will get past them. Maybe. Yeah, so... Oh, good. Someone told me that whenever cars are doing weird... Oh, Jesus. Okay, so this is what I was saying about the acceleration. Yeah, the acceleration got him. And I didn't have shockwave, so... There it is. And you know what? I want to give this car another shot. Not that it did bad, but... You know, I think I can make it shine a little bit more. So, there you go. I got beaten by the 911 GT3 RS. Better acceleration for sure. There's a Berlinetta, Grand Sport Berlinetta Mark II 911 GT3 RS. And there was a Renault Sport RS01. Oh, this is what I was talking about, the multipliers. Let's go. Ooh, and we actually got into a top speed track. Again, it's not that the car is so much faster than the other ones, but it is faster. So hopefully that might play in my favor. But then again, by being faster, I also mean that I'm at the front of the pack. And that means I don't have a slipstream to go with. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I should stay behind for a little bit. Whatever. But yeah, this car... When it originally released, it didn't call my attention at all. I think it was also a Legend Pass car. Then eventually it did get a, what's it called? A car hunt, I think it did. That's how I got it at full stars. And did it? I mean, well, to be fair, Legend Pass cars do get normally their, what's it called? Their Legend Hunt. Yeah, maybe that's how I got it to max star at some point. I don't know. But yeah, I have it at max stars, but like I was saying earlier, the problem that I have with a lot of cars in this game is that I may have a bunch of cars, but I've never upgraded them. Because, you know, credits can be a little bit sparse. You know what, I'm gonna go in this route, though I don't know how to take it. I really never go on this side of the map, in this particular version of the track, so... Hey, that didn't go too badly. But yeah, over time, when I saw the potential of this car, I'm like, oh, you know what, this looks like a pretty good car, so maybe I should work on it. So I'll look at that at some point. Whoa, 4 911 GT3 RS, 2 more Berlinettas, and a Corvette Grand Sport. All right, there you go, Berlinetta power, I guess. And the last car for today is going to be the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Oh yeah, look at that thing. So it is faster than the Grand Sport, for example. It is a little bit slower than the Huracan, even though that's no feature here, but I'm just, you know, using it as a comparison. Acceleration, pretty damn good. Handling, really good. Nitro, really, really good. So this is like the Corvette Grand Sport, except much better because of the acceleration. That's basically what this is. Insane. But compared to the Grand Sport, this thing is incredibly rare. The Grand Sport you can get easily in you know, over time as you play this game, easily, no problem. Then the Huracan as well. The car like the Puritalia Berlinetta, well, you know, it had its hunt and all of that stuff. I imagine it's gonna have a regular hunt at some point if it didn't have it already. But this particular car, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, no. There's just no way to acquire it. It's not available often. It has never had a car hunt. I don't think it will ever. It's a 6-star car, by the way, which means A, it has less fuel, and B, it needs a lot of epics to really, really, really squeeze out the most of the power of the car, right? So, yeah, it is not... This is a much better car for sure than, like I said, something like the Corvette. But it is a much rarer car, a much more difficult to acquire car, so there you go. So, hey, still lovely car, lovely car. I have it at 1 star. I had gotten, I think it needed 50 blueprints to unlock, and I had like 44. You know, over time I just got 44 blueprints of this thing eventually, and I think it was precisely in this season, or maybe in the previous season. No, it's gotta be this one because the car is featured in this season. So in the Legend Pass, because I do have the Legend Pass, that's why I have so much fuel. In the Legend Pass, there were 6 blueprints for the car, and those were exactly the 6 blueprints that I needed to unlock it. So now I own this car. Let's go! Only at 1 star. I have no idea when, if ever, I'll be able to start it up. So for now, it's just a very nice looking dust collector in my garage, because at 1 star, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do with that thing. So, nah, don't care too much for it right now. Look at this thing, even in a top fit track. Oh, this thing is so good, man, I tell you. What a lovely car in terms of performance, and also in terms of look. Just, man, look at that thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Ooh, Osaka. Now, twisted track for one of the Twisted Kings, so this is gonna get interesting. A lot of Porsche 911 GT3 RS, obviously, but hey, what can I say? Lovely car, lovely car. I'm talking, I really like, look, I've never been a huge fan of Porsche in terms of the look of the cars. Never been my thing. At least that was the case until I started seeing Porsches with big wings. Then I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I take back everything I've ever said about Porsche not looking cool and whatnot. Put a big wing on them Porsches, and they suddenly look 15 times better, like legit, at least in my personal opinion, alright? But have you seen like the Porsche 911 GT2 RS? It's like this, but with a bigger wing, so it's even better. No, but for real, I really learned to appreciate the 911 GT3 RS with the big wings and all of that. And I really like how this thing looks. Obviously, it's not just the wing, it's also the additional aero bits that they add to the car and all of that stuff. But man, what a... oh, Jesus Christ. What an absolute unit of a car in terms of looks, and in this game, in terms of performance. I just wish that the engine sound was better. As usual, that is one thing that I'm really hoping that they're gonna really take a look at and fix in Asphalt Legends Unite when it comes out. The revision of all the engine sounds, so that a car that is this good sounds good. But alright, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.